Whenever, okay. New shirt? New Hawaiian shirt?
Yeah, kind of new, like about 3 weeks old shirt. Saw it at Walmart. I'm like, oh, I got to get this. This is loud and ostentatious. And we'll put Rhinestone further behind in second place in the Hawaiian shirt competition.
I like it. I like the, what is it, like a burnt orange?
No, it's red and it's got the, maybe I can show. It's got Pabst Blue
Oh,
Ribbon.
nice.
Yeah. So
Maybe
never
one day
had.
yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I never had one in my life. Like my old man and my uncles would drink this shit back in the 70s, and
Yeah.
so I just got the shirt because I like the color.
Okay. Well, one day maybe I'll sell enough books to be able to wear Hawaiian
Oh,
shirts and
for crying out loud! Why don't you have one of all things? Given your Caribbean heritage, I mean, you should have. You should be sporting some kind of like tropical. A buddy of mine, Atham, you might know him, Mexican, and he gets me these nice Yucatan Peninsula shirts. They're very like linen, they breathe nice, and you could just enjoy cigars. They're very obviously made for warmer temperatures, but yeah, you could get yourself some flashy tropical shirts.
I have one, but it's not breathable. It's made more for like it's like a I forgot the the material, but it's just it looks good. I get compliments on it all the time. But I don't think like a Hawaiian shirt's supposed to be worn with like beach pants, like the really
Mm.
comfortable. I could see myself smoking a cigar on a beach with beach pants and a Hawaiian shirt. So, just
I
the thought of it, man.
I see. Everyone thinks that the clothes have to be in the right environment, dude. I wear my Hawaiian shirt. The backlash you get for Hawaiian shirts, people like, what is it? What's going on? And I'm like, look, why I'm right. Because you all ain't wearing Hawaiian shirts and you're gonna die. And then one of your greatest regrets is, man, I wish I wore more Hawaiian shirts because they're really fun and I think they fit in. And I'm not a big believer in like, clothes maxing or whatever, but having a little bit of different fashion, as long as it's tasteful, you'll definitely stand out. And then you're more the fun guy. Oh, look, he's got a Hawaiian shirt. Oh my God. And so I wouldn't like, maybe don't wear it to church, but yeah, you're going to like a restaurant or something. If they don't have a dress code, yeah, put on a Hawaiian shirt.
And this thought process you have, Cappy, is the topic of today's show,
It
and it's
is
called
okay.
approval seeking. Yeah, like
Oh
you see
yeah,
how like
well yeah.
I'm asking you, Cappy, how do you wear Hawaiian shirts? How do you just do it in your house? Why don't you seek approval from the masses about what you should wear at what country at what time?
I
And that's
dude,
how we got here.
that it is well, and then seriously, it's so sad. I know you probably have a specific event that happened this week or whatever that would display this rule. But haven't we figured out enough with the internet and the housing bubble and American Beauty and TikTok girls and all this bullshit that we realize all of at least the United States, all the values is theater. All it's just you have to have this popular thing. You need to have this popular car. You need to have this, and then at the end of the day, you look at these people and they're fucking miserable.
Yeah,
And then
it's your
meanwhile, you got
latest book.
well, yeah, and it is germane to my latest book. But then meanwhile, you know why Ryan Stone is smiling all the time? It's not just because he wears Hawaiian shirts, but it's indicative that he just does what he wants. And he doesn't really worry about it. And I would imagine, I mean, maybe you could tell me more about this because, I'm like 15 years older than you. But does your generation still give a shit about who has what car, or is that finally dwindling away, or what?
Well, now it's like who has the more environmentally friendly car. Like if you have a Tesla or an
Okay.
electric car, you care more about the environment. And that's that social. It's still like it's going away, but now it's like it's not. It used to be who has the more expensive car, but now it's like who has the more environmentally friendly car or the most advanced AI car or whatever.
Not the fun. What about social media? Is it also like in terms of status? The the electric car I could see is more of a virtue signaling, but in terms of status, is it followers on the internet or is it I have my own company and it's like a fucking MLM thing? I mean, indi- what is indicative of not to go too deep into the woods, but the reason you get the McMansion, you got the McMansion or the car and all this other horse shit was to be popular within your community. We're not even
Mhm.
talking middle school, we're talking full ass grown adults. What is it now? Because I don't believe it's gone away. Is it swapping out a McMansion for likes or look how many followers I have? What's the status symbol now?
IQ, being smart.
IQ? Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Are people
There was
testing
just
it and
a
flashing it online or something?
Yeah, and like and everything is like millennials, we were told millennials that we were gonna be the ones to fix everything, that our view perspective was going to change everything, right? And then we went into the machine just like everyone else, and we figured out, wait, everything's working fine before us. All they needed was like the iPhone, and everything else is right. And we feel like we were robbed of the opportunity to make the world better. So we got into certain whether it be a BLM or save the whales or save this or
Mhm.
recycle, whatever we try to find a way where our opinions and our perspectives would matter. And lo and behold, they don't. So now we're here, and the only thing we have left is proving to other people that we're smart. So half the battles on internet are, no, I'm smarter than you, and I went to Harvard, and I went to this, and you could
Oh.
see this with like every viral post. Like there was a viral post with a bunch of Asian people sitting at a table, and they were talking about like, "Hey, I found a table full of people that went to Stanford and Harvard," and it's viral. It's like the most viral post on the internet right now, and I'm just like, wow, we care more about where people went to school and how smart they are, or how smart they pretend they are, than the actual what they've done with their life.
So,
You know?
it's pedigree, and not only
Yeah.
pedigree, but given your age, pedigree from over a decade ago.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't I mean, not to say you didn't do anything with it, but, uh, having failed saving the world that didn't need saving and having no traditional measures of success in the past, now it's, "I went to college here."
Mhm.
That's kind of
Yeah.
basically, "Okay, wow." Or, "I have a master's degree or some kind of other
Um,
certification."
yeah. The girl bosses do this too. They're like, "I can't date you because even though you're more financially smarter than me, or this or that, or you're this, or you're basically perfect as a man, and I you don't have the same intelligence level." Like there's IQ dating. There's dating apps for differences in IQ. And I'm like, if you're so smart, then why hasn't anyone taken you by the age of 32, ma'am? Like,
Well,
what have you done? You know?
and the point you made, I mean, yeah, we think girl boss is a stereotype, but the point you just made almost confirms everything you've said. I've never seen a group of people so blind where, well, I have a master's degree from fucking pick an overrated school, Middlebury, for example, in journalism. It's like, the fuck out of here. Like but they actually believe it. Those girls actually believe it's currency. Like, if anything, I would say the education level is the number one status symbol for women, maybe not so much men, but definitely women under the age of 45. You are 100% right about that. It's not success in the real world. It's not whether you're in debt or a net financial parasite upon society. It's, I have a master's degree from boopity boopity boppity boo school there. And they act on it. Like, if it was bullshit, they wouldn't act on it. But they're like, oh, well, he doesn't have a master's degree. He does. It's just like, dude, you're a fucking loser. You just, your degree does not prevent you from being a loser who needs other people's money to survive. So you are right. It is kind of that
Yeah.
is the pedigree, or the new cachet, as it were.
And the other half is like, look at my relationship. Look at my husband. He's perfect and make content like my husband's amazing. Or my wife does. It's just my children, like, let me use my children and my wife or my husband as a way to prove to the world that I'm awesome. And I'm like, that's a person, like you're using them to approval seek from people that hate you or don't care about you or want to harm you. Like what? Like why are you doing this?
How much of it is because the internet and social media and YouTube and all that exists now? Like, let's go back to the 40s or the third, whatever. I mean, there is no internet. Has that affected their behavior to and in the olden days, you get approval in your community by whatever, being the local dentist or working hard at the Lions Club or whatever. Is it now that to have standing within the community, because there is no physical community, now it's got to be this internet community, and now the only way they can do that is by doing a song and dance show on the internet and flashing things they've acquired, not things they've done or accomplished.
Yeah, like, "Look at my baby." It's like
Mhm.
Lion King. Look at Simba. Look, guys, look at my baby. I am," and the thing is, like, um it's like Rolo talked about that. It's all dating is brand management. Like I have a brand. My brand is Tiki. I'm a girl on TikTok and I have opinions and I whatever this and all that. I'm awesome and I wear this makeup, ladies. And and does this man fit within the brand? She doesn't ask, "Hey, do I actually like this guy? Do I see a future? Is he going to lead me as a good man, a husband?" No, it's like, does he fit within my brand? And my
Mhm.
brand is this. And that's why you see a lot of like women who you kind of get the feeling like, do you even like this guy or are you just using him to show the other ladies how awesome you are because you have a man? And
Well,
that's again, that's that approval seeking from the women's side.
it even makes me question whether the relationships are real, where that whole shit show with Destiny and his wife. I even looked up, like, okay, is there a marriage license somewhere? Like, is there a record? And the guy actually did marry her. So what's sad is you have people actually going through the real world motions. And I gotta imagine making some kind of real world investments in these people. But at the end of the day, at its core, it's just an act. It's just, I
Yeah.
mean, that's even worse. That's worse than living a lie, like in the suburbs and making it seem like everything's fantastic. That's
Yeah.
but it's on the internet now. You don't even have the
Yeah.
nice house in the burbs. You're in your shitty ass apartment on Section 8, and you're flashing your tits on the internet.
Yeah, and here's the thing, like, Cappy, at any point when you're trying to prove to strangers on the internet or your audience or anything that you're awesome, how bad is the backlash when the cracks show and you're not really what people expect of you? How bad does it
Oh,
really get?
yeah, I mean, that's gotta be well, is that well, that's what I was gonna ask. Did something happen to Joey Swoll? I mean, you've seen these spectacular failures where your persona that you're putting forward, people find out or whatever, the DMs are leaked or whatever. But yeah, so tell me about Joey Swoll because I thought he was just kind of a legit workout guy. What possible drama could he get into?
Well, I'm glad you asked,
Oh,
because
okay.
he's one of 3 figures if we have time. I gotta use your time wisely here, so
Mm,
Joey Swoll is one of these he's a fitness influencer who built his brand on calling out bad behavior in the gym. Now, for most of us, I've never seen bad behavior in the gym that he claims that exists like a pandemic of assholes in the gym. Like I just don't see it. Mostly people are busy. I go to gyms where people are busy, doctors, lawyers, nurses, whatever, the engineers, people don't have time to like record themselves for a workout or
right.
something like that. But he calls out people on the internet for doing these things, for treating other people shitty on the internet. A lot of people like that, so they started following him as some kind of uh, messianic figure that he would bring balance to the gym world of gym assholes, right? Like women that record a guy in the corner just minding his own business and saying, "Hey, are you checking me out?" And then making him into a bad person because he's just I don't know, whatever. So here's what happened. He decided to dress as Hulk Hogan,
Okay.
as a tribute to Hulk Hogan's death, which he passed recently.
Mhm.
And because Hulk Hogan was kind of known towards the end of his life to be kind of racist, he
Was
told
he?
his daughter, yeah, he told his daughter that she didn't want her dating black dudes, and he was on record for a couple racist remarks. But whatever, it's America, who
Sure.
cares?
Right.
Um, and so a part of his audience decided that he was a piece of shit because of this. So they started attacking him for this picture that he posted. Um,
Okay.
so what did he do? What is the one thing you don't do to the woke mob?
You never respond to the comments. You do not respond to them.
You
Do not.
you don't apologize. You
Well,
just
that
say,
too.
"Hey,
Yeah, you
well,
don't. Yeah,
you don't apologize." So he guess what he does?
he
He
apologized.
apologized. And guess what happened? Now the other part of his audience, the majority, which were pro Hulk Hogan, which were pro because if you go to the gym a lot and you're swole, you're probably going to be Republican. You're probably going to be
Yes,
more right wing
generally.
leaning.
Yes, I agree. Yes.
And because he apologized to the small minority woke mob, the other half lost respect for him for bowing, right? And he apologized, and then the rest of his audience, or like the outside people, said, "Hey, Joey Swoll's a coward because he apologized to one side, and then he was mad at the other side for not liking him for doing that, and now we're losing. We think he's a coward because he's doing whatever he can to do what?
Just
Seek approval.
right. Correct. If you don't stand for that, what do you stand for?
Yes, and men, especially men, we don't respect men that um, built their brand on positivity and being good to each other, but at the same time being a pushover and being a coward and being so obsessed with approval. You know,
Could in his defense, this seems like a awfully minor thing, right? Like I know the internet is filled with spurgs and autists, fake and real. But
yeah, I'm here.
so, some people like, "Oh my god, didn't you know Hulk Hogan was a," and he just like, "Yeah, okay, I didn't know. I'm sorry about that." But then you got to say if your audience is equally autistic to like, "Oh my god, you apologize." Da, 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 and I get it, but was this enough to bring this guy down or like even significantly lower his subscribership cuz it's
Uh,
not in his wheelhouse, right? This is just kind of a detour his career took.
he posted something the other day. After all this has happened, like it says the 29th, so 3 days ago, 4 days ago. But the truth is that you're always going to be known as that. And even though he goes on, it's just you don't come back from something like this. It takes a long time. It's a hit to your reputation. Your reputation is you're a coward. So it's
Wow.
like, it, I would never. I'd rather be Cappy. I'd rather be an asshole, a dick, than be a coward.
I recommend
100%.
it. I recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot
So
easier.
yeah, this is just one of the it's approval seeking behavior, and it'll destroy your life. And yes, why are men especially so afraid of being the villain from time to time? Like you're
I
gonna be
don't
the
I
asshole.
I don't know why. I can understand women because they had a historically evolutionary blah blah blah. In the longhouse, you got to get approval and backstabbing, catty bullshit. The guys, I don't know. I it's not in your best interest. I understand if you're in a hierarchy like a military, we got to fight off the warring tribes. No, John is our leader. He's the captain. We're all going to follow John's orders because we have to. But when it came to, geez, there's something wrong with our spears, John, and they're not piercing the mammoths. I think men always were less afraid of speaking the truth. Now, in my own personal life, I saw cowardly men in banking who would just lie because they didn't want to rock the boats. I guess there's also that, but I would think men are more resilient to it. But yeah, I guess if we're looking at this, you know what it could be? They're just afraid of having to work a real job and going back into the olden days, right? This is probably Joey Swoll's best gig, right? Doing YouTube videos and all that.
I think Instagram, like short form content.
Okay, yeah. So he
Yeah.
probably just doesn't want to give it up, and I think fear of that where it's like, "Oh my god, there's gonna be complaints." It's like, "No, just suffer the complaints and in 2 weeks it goes away." Otherwise, but if you do embroil, if you go roll down in the pigs in the mud, that that action, whether you're apologizing or not, that will lessen your reputation and your brand a lot more. So we got a second one here, micro influencer.
Okay,
Yeah.
so here's one that'll definitely piss you off, Cappy, because at least Joey Swoll, what he has is that he has a social media following. So that is basically how if you mess up in life, if you have a big social media following, you could land softly and then kind of recover because you have a
Okay.
lot of approval from people. So there's
Yeah.
that. But this guy, so this made the news recently. So a restaurant in San Francisco, essentially he is a chef, an award-winning chef, maybe not a Michelin star chef, but he has gotten local awards for his work. He's a hardworking guy.
Okay.
Um, and an influencer was invited by someone else in the restaurant to come to the restaurant to kind of promote it. And this influencer thought that she was going to get a free meal. And as you know, influencers are kind of what do you call it? Little
Dramatic,
entitled to free stuff. Yeah, a
entitled,
little entitled. Yeah.
assholes, pricks, dicks, morons. Degenerates?
Yeah.
Alright, sorry,
You
alright,
name
so
it.
she came in, she was entitled, she's gonna get a free meal.
Right. So, uh, she has like about 15,000 followers, which isn't even enough to even give the restaurant enough promo for a to earn a free meal, in my opinion, right? And I'm not in the restaurant industry, but the
15,000
chef
globally, 3 might live in this town where he's at.
exactly.
Right.
So he he says, "Hey, why is she getting a free meal? She doesn't have enough followers to get a free meal. Like my daughters have more followers than she does." But the influencer overhears this, and they have a disagreement. There's no violence, no raising of the voice. He just says,
Yeah.
"Hey, you're not getting a free meal. That's just not how this works." Now he didn't know that someone else invited her, but he thought, "Hey, you got to pay. Like these are I got chefs to pay. I got waiters and waitresses. You got to pay." And she goes on TikTok and starts crying about how she didn't get a free meal and that there was a misunderstanding. She thought she was going to get one because that was the agreement. Lo and behold, the female mob comes to support her, and even the Alice Cooper from Call Her Daddy comments and says, "We're not supporting that restaurant anymore." So he ends up getting fired, right? Because all the negative press of the restaurant.
Okay,
The
so
restaurant shuts.
so just let's be very clear what happened. The owners of the restaurants are cowards, and they're stupid because they don't realize this is TikTok drama. This is not real money. These are not real people. This is bullshit, and they're not backing up their guy. So okay, so already these are poor entrepreneurs. Go on.
And the restaurant shuts down.
Okay.
He loses his job as chef, and he apologizes. And not only does he apologize to the public, right? He also apologized to his daughter, who is also an influencer. And because his daughter doesn't say, like, "Dad, that wasn't good behavior from you." So not only does it capitulate to the mob that hates him, he capitulates to his own daughter. And from there, the girl goes from 15,000 followers to 380,000 followers. And he gets fired, loses it all, and has to
Mm,
start a new job and
right.
the restaurant. And people are still supporting her, and no one sees a problem with this.
So here's my question: did he own the restaurant or no?
Let me see here.
I thought he was just the chef. He's not part owner of the restaurant.
Let me see. I think, yeah, he's co-owner. It says it here, co-owner
So,
Luke's son.
so here you just not to be cynical, but this is probably the best thing to happen because it wasn't going to go anywhere anyway. The his co-owners don't back up their partner. This is petty San Francisco leftist entitled girl drama. Those 300,000 subscribers she got aren't real subscribers. It's just they're not going to follow her and tune into her. And then this guy apologized and they still lost. The place is still closed down, right?
As of today, yes.
How much of it you're right. I don't it's soy boy behavior. I don't know how men got conditioned that you must constantly make women happy at all times. Especially now when the the test is going to come with American Eagle, where American Eagle are they going to apologize or not? Are they going to say, "Fuck you. You're not real people on the internet. We're going back to traditional advertising because we want people with we want clients, not whiners and it has in other words, no, society hasn't woken up and realized that these are a loud minority of activists, whiners, complainers, cancerous people. And until people tell these people to fuck off, this is going to continue on, right?
Yeah, and the thing is, like, he wanted the approval of his daughter and the public so bad. People that hate him, people that want to see him
Right.
dead, that want to see him fail, that he could have flipped this into making the restaurant profitable,
Mm.
right? He could have made a TikTok. He could have defended himself. He could have gone
Counter
on TikTok
TikTok,
with,
yeah.
yeah, with his daughter and be like, "Hey guys, like, I don't mean to be mean, right? But there's a lot of." He could have used the angle of like, "I have people to pay, and
Mhm.
I need, like, you don't just get free stuff for this and that."
Mm.
I didn't mean, maybe I didn't use the right tone, but this is America. You pay for your meals, whatever. He could have gone that route where he was like, "Hey, I got people to pay. Like, this isn't communist. This isn't a communist country. You don't just get shit." Right. But no, he capitulated completely and lost it all.
Well, why do you think that is? Just because 'cause we're conditioned that way or what? Because you're not wrong, like, I was thinking historically, well, men would say there's something wrong with the spears and speak candidly, but no, you're right, like, these guys are just, "Oh my god, a woman doth be offended, let me cut off my own nuts." I mean, really, what the why do you think this is going on?
Well, it's because first off, these influencers are rewarded.
Okay.
right? There is because men, we're not on TikTok. We're not like we're just working. We're building, working. We have other hobbies or playing video games. So we're not even in this world, right? So women are like fighting a battle against one person. There's no like group of men saying, "Hey, no, we got to help this guy." Maybe there's one lawyer that contacted him and said, "Hey, dude, like, can I help you?" And he's like, "No, no, no, I don't want any trouble." And I think too, sorry, is that it's got to be scary when thousands of people are saying that you're a bad person, right?
Yeah, at
I,
first.
yeah,
Then
and
you get over it.
maybe he's never been in that position where he's had to stand up for himself. Maybe his whole life he's always been trying to seek approval and be, "Hey, uh, I don't wanna make anyone mad, I just want peace," like the boomer fathers. "Oh,
Mhm.
don't fight with your mom," or like, "I just wanna keep the peace. Whatever mom needs, just do because I want peace," and that's probably what happens. He's like, "I just want peace," and he'll do whatever it takes not to avoid confrontation and conflict,
Mm.
you know? Guys don't go down swinging anymore, they just roll over, you
No.
know?
Well, I'd like to see, I see things turning around in other angles and aspects, but this is not one of them. I just wish these people would tell these internet whores is essentially what they're just attention whores. Like, fuck off. And like, if you have an employer, like, oh my God, we saw this thing happen. And like, really, it's like, yeah, it's not possible. It's not tenable anymore. Like, just really, you're going to fire me over this? Okay, fine. Good luck. I don't know. I think you might as well start telling people to fuck off now on the internet if this happens to you, not apologize, not kiss the ring, not bend the knee, and do it unapologetically. And I think 8, maybe even 9 out of 10 times you're gonna be just fine. But if you're not, it wasn't gonna work anyway. Oh, this
Yeah,
guy, he had to pay the gal 23,000,000.
and he still lost his contract with ESPN.
What?
Yeah, he just got fired,
What? Oh my god.
like, 2 days ago. $100 million contract, he just got fired from ESPN.
I He could have afforded all the lawyers in the world with that kind of money.
Yeah, and, like, obviously, the law around this stuff is very finicky and very like, you're walking on eggshells, and from what I've heard from a lawyer that I spoke to on Twitter Spaces, is that you want to give the settlement money before she gets to a lawyer, because a lawyer is gonna be like, "No, you can get more." So if you
All
cut
right.
a 1,000,000 and she disappears, then it makes you look good because even if she goes back to court and she brings up, "Hey, this happened," you could say, "Hey, but here's a transaction, here's an agreement that
Right.
said she wouldn't speak. She took the money, so it doesn't hold up in court." Do you know who that worked for?
No
Diddy.
one? Did he?
Diddy had on
Okay.
record that she gave Cassie obviously it's an exorbitant amount of money, it's generational wealth, but he
Mm,
gave her so much money so she would be quiet, and she took the money. So whenever she was like, "Oh, woe is me," the court was like, you took the money though." And
yeah.
that's what lawyers wanna do. Like, that's what guys like this that are, incredibly successful wanna do when they're in this situation. They wanna give you the money before you get to the lawyer that tells you, "No, no, no, we're taking this all the way." And he didn't get to her fast enough, so he paid her the money, and the thing is, what your reputation is everything, that his life and his
Mm,
job relies on, because ESPN is not, it's not super family friendly, but it's, like, normie friendly, like, you
mm.
can be 12 years old and watch ESPN with your dad, but so because of that, he had to get fired. ESPN had no choice. "Hey, dude, you got involved with the girl that accused you of something, and we don't wanna be associated with that." And he gave an apology before all this happened. Um, you know, he had, uh he had been advised by other black celebrities to stay away from these situations, and he didn't listen, and he lost it everything. Now, is he gonna be okay? Yeah, he's Shannon Sharp. His brand, he's a fun guy to watch and all that stuff, right?
He could
But
probably just start his own podcast right now and do better than ESPN.
right, exactly. He'll
Yeah.
probably be able to have his own thing going, if not already, and be fine. But that's another lesson, right, Cappy? Like, for men that live in this world where you're just one free meal, deny one influencer a free meal from losing it all. You have to be competent enough to overcome that. So what do you think the average man should do in order to avoid situations like this?
So one, you get estate planning, especially if you're wealthy. You get
Mhm,
estate planning so you have no assets that can be taken from you, or like those two soccer players that put their money in the trust of mom, right?
mhm.
So that's one thing. Uh, two, you never apologize. Like if you did it wrong and you okay, well you got different issues. You're probably facing jail time or something else. But in the realm of like say the Joey Swoll and the chef guy, you just have some. You're not. You have nothing to lose. You're gonna lose it all anyway. At least go down fighting and say, "No, that's wrong, wrong, fuck off and die." And what will happen, it's like punching someone right in the nose. They might actually go away. You're gonna lose it all anyway. You might as well make it, your only shot out of this is to stand up for yourself so that you're the rest of the there's this huge audience, kind of in Joey Swoll's audience, who are normal people. We're sick and tired of seeing fat, ugly black women missing an arm and having an eye patch, wearing lingerie, and having that be our models. All right. I know. And now you got Sydney Sweeney. Again, I wish American Eagle, but somebody in charge. What you should do right now is say, fuck off. You're wrong. Now get out of my life. And then you know what? If the real world is going to punish you for that, fine. It wasn't going to be that anyway. But otherwise, you condemn yourself to a life of slavery and you're going to lose it both. The guy lost his contract. The guy lost his restaurant. Joey Swoll maybe will recover from this. But fuck these people. And as a secondary, look, men and women as a group, when your employer doesn't back you up, whether it's a big company like Disney that owns ESPN, or whether it's your co-owners of the restaurant you start, find out early. Hey, you're not going to back me up? Okay, fuck you. I'm out of here. And then see what happens. Because like ESPN is not long for this world. It's just not going to be happening. But if these employers and that wine bar wasn't going to make it anyway, if you guys are not going to protect your fucking chef. And so I know it seems like, oh my God, my job, my employer. No, fuck these people. You weren't gonna last that long anyway. You were gonna have some great career there. And then above all else, in the case of whether it's Shannon Sharp or the soccer players or whatever, save your money. And then, yeah, I mean, down the road, I hate to say it, Nuke. I try to defend women, try to be as fair and impartial. And a lot of guys like, oh, I don't ask out girls because I'm just one false R word accusation away. And for the most part, I'm like, yeah, it's BS. Don't worry about it. But then when you see this, or Kavanaugh, or some entitled woman coming in expecting a free meal, man, I'd be really guarded around certain types of women. Like if it's a TikTok influencer, get the fuck out of here. You're what was Shannon Sharp's thing? He was into like 18-year-old white girls or something like that.
I guess
And she was
20
like
or
a
some
goth.
21.
Okay, was she
Yeah.
goth or something? Was it
Nah,
bondage?
just a regular white girl that was not fat. Just a
Well,
normal
how
chick, yeah.
dare he? We need to crucify him. Right. Yeah, and but wasn't she OnlyFans? There was a tell, right?
Yeah, OnlyFans, yeah.
She was OnlyFans. Yeah. Guys, especially if you're wealthy, you just gotta like, go. I don't know where you find it to get it on the side, right? I'm not gonna say, oh no, you gotta commit to your woman. I understand male nature, but god damn it, man, like change your name. Change your name to Jack Napier or Chad Elkins and then go get it on the side. But it is a risk now. It's the demand, some women, not all, but especially young women, the demand for attention, an influencer lifestyle, an easy job, and the avoidance of hard work is stronger than any moral ethics they have. Like, not one of these gals thought, like, oh, this might ruin this chef's life and put this wine bar out of business. Like, they have their life savings in it. They didn't think about that. It was all me. The gal, really mercenary. I'm going to go sue Shannon Sharp. What was it, 23 million?
It was a settlement, yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
they reached out. 123 million down the
wow.
drain.
Just, yeah.
Her
I'd be,
apologies won't save you. The apologies don't save you.
no, no, like a threat. I will sue you into the ground and use all my money because all your money is at risk. If you just roll over, you're going to lose everything. So at
And the
least
thing is,
fight.
there is no point where people are satisfied with what they put you through, right?
Mhm.
Like someone will sue you, right? And I think Shannon Sharp has a second lawsuit now
From who?
because
With the same gal?
someone came forward and complained about sexual assault. Let me see if I'm crazy.
Well, that happens like that happened what, Trump and other politicians, like, once one comes out, there's a slew of accusations elsewhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like once one person could like get to you, there everyone's gonna come forward. It's what happens to a lot of people. It's a slippery slope.
Mhm. No,
Yeah, I'm
and
trying to
it
reading
and it
here.
sho like,
Yeah,
once they
keep going.
smell blood in the water, man, yeah, don't give them any blood. Make them pay. Drag them
Yeah.
out. And then I would even go on the offensive. Get these fuckers. It's like none of this happened, or this happened and it did happen, but no, it was consensual. Like it.
And here's the thing, we want these people to entertain us, but it's like what did the Green Goblin say at the end of the first Spider-Man movie? More than we wanna see a hero, we wanna see a hero fail and to fall, to
Mhm.
die trying. It's more entertaining. We love that. And
So the
same thing. Yeah,
so
go ahead.
what's this Bill of Assertive Rights in Nebraska?
Oh, no, no, this is just, it's part of the red pill sidebar. It's from the book When I Say No, I Feel Guilty. It's just a way for you to navigate. Don't ignore the disability rights Nebraska.
Oh,
I
okay.
just
All right. Yeah.
looked it up on Google Images.
All right.
But this is just from the book When I Say No, I Feel Guilty. And it's just a way for guys to take that approval seeking behavior and learn how to be assertive and to reiterate their position and stand
Mm,
strong, right? And if you go through these, if some of these men, especially the men in our own lives, right? I think Luke Sung is the closest to us normal people, right? Because he had a normal job, he was
mhm.
good at it, and he was established. He had kids, a wife, all that. But if he would have practiced this at least to some extent, maybe he would have had a better outcome. You know, like
Mm.
one of them is you have the right to judge
Well,
your own
let's go
behavior.
through them and yeah, let's go through all because I can't read them because the font's too small. But let's go through them
Oh,
all, and then I think that'd be a great note to end on because it'd be a
yeah,
lesson
yeah.
for everyone to take away.
Yeah, so you have the right to judge your own behavior, thoughts, and emotions, and to take the responsibility for the initiation and consequences upon yourself. So instead of him saying, "Oh no, the whole world, like other people think I'm wrong," he could have said, "Did I really mess up?" He could have been
Right.
the judge of his own character there. You have the right to do that. It's one of your assertive bill. It's one of your assertive bill of rights. Sorry, one of your rights on the assertive bill of rights. So number two is you have the right to offer no reasons or excuses for justifying your behavior, right? If you say she's not getting a free meal, you don't have to explain. You don't owe anyone an explanation. It should be self-evident. But at the same time, you're like, no, why not? Well, because I said so.
It's
Because I
my
don't want to.
time. You're not entitled to my
Yeah,
free time. Get the fuck out of here.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. And you don't have owe anyone an explanation, a letter, an apology. Just say, nope, I did it, and what are you gonna do? You know. Um, You have the right to judge if you are responsible for finding solutions to other people's problems. Here's another one. Like, hey, so you got to fix this, chef. How are we going to get this girl to not ruin our reputation? I don't know. Good luck. I don't care.
Not my problem. Sounds like
I
a
got
her problem.
customers.
Yep.
Yeah, I got customers. Number four is you have the right to change your mind, and that's what he did. And this is the part where the restaurant, like he, I think he knew that she was coming. But
Mhm.
when he saw the follower count and saw her attitude and saw that she also invited her husband for a free meal as well,
Oh, yeah.
you
Okay.
see, like he was like, "No, I changed my mind." But the thing is, he didn't follow through with that
Yep.
change of mind. He changed back, and that's why people mess with him. If he would have stood his ground, yeah, maybe he still would have got fired, but he would have gotten a lot more respect. Maybe lawyers would have jumped in and all that stuff. You know, pro bono. Maybe they would have helped him out.
Mhm.
Who knows? Number five, you have the right to make mistakes and be responsible for them, right?
Mm,
Like he could have said, yeah, maybe I didn't, maybe I wasn't respectful, but still, I don't care. No free meal. I'll be
mm,
more respectful next time. I made a mistake being a little mean. Cool. And that's it. You don't have to like say everything I did was wrong. I'm a piece of shit. You could just say, hey, I made this mistake. I get it. But no, still, I'm not going to give you a free meal just because you
mm.
exist, right? You have the right to say, I don't know. That's a big one. Um,
I would also
we're
say,
all
with a lot of these, like 3 to 6, and be
Yeah.
flippant about it. I'm like, I don't know. No, fuck off. Like literally, I don't know. Oh my God. I'll try and figure like, no, I don't know. And I'm not like the implication should be, how is this my problem? Like, no, I'm not wallowing. I'm not groveling in front of you. Like, I don't know. Sounds like a you problem. And
Yeah.
that like just because they want to see you grovel. That's the one thing. They want to see you in pain. So you can answer these, but you got to answer them with the right attitude. Like, yeah, I'm sorry, that won't happen again. Well, are you going to make it up to me? No, not. You're still getting the fuck out of here. Like, so there has to be the right confidence and like, no, I did nothing morally wrong, and that confidence that you did nothing morally wrong. Otherwise, that's still blood in the water if they see you squirm.
Mhm. Um, you have the right to be independent of the goodwill of others before coping with them, right? This one's a little hard to understand, but um, if someone does something nice to you, essentially, you don't owe them anything back. You know, I think this is what this one is saying. Like, hey, she's going to like put us on the map. She's gonna give us marketing, advertising.
Mm,
I don't care. No free meal. I don't
right.
like you're not gonna manipulate me by doing something nice for me that I didn't agree to. You know, like that's how a lot of people manipulate you. They're just like, hey, I did this for you. I didn't ask, and I'm not. You're not getting this.
Right.
Sorry, I
That's
didn't.
every
I
guy's
didn't ask
dating
you
life.
to do.
I did the nice thing. Do I get my peen touched? No, no, you don't. Thanks for
Yeah.
taking me out for dinner, though. So girls are really good at number 7. They're really good at number
Yeah,
7.
they that's where they specialize. Um, 8, you have the right to be illogical in making decisions. Here's one that a lot of men, they explain their decisions. Like, dude, if hey, I bought a motorcycle. Don't you know it's dangerous? I don't know. I bought a motorcycle.
Yep.
Hey, you can get hurt or it's expensive or it's just a toy. I don't know. I just bought a motorcycle. Like you don't have to make every decision you make doesn't have to be calculated, well thought out. You could just be, hey, I want to do this. I have the money and I have the time. I bought a motorcycle and that's it, you know?
I think
Um,
it's your time, your money.
yeah,
You don't have
and
to
every man
rationalize, "Oh, why did you do drugs? Because I wanted to." No, fuck off. It
yeah,
really
that would have helped Shannon Sharp if they said, "Hey, why did you sleep with a young, hot girl?" I don't know, she was hot. I don't know. She
did
was
you
hot.
not just hear the words, "A young hot girl"? Did you not just hear the words come out of your mouth?
Yeah, it was Tuesday. It
It
was
was
Tuesday and I was
Tuesday.
bored. Yeah, I just wanted to see what was up, you know? You have the right to say, "I don't understand," right? And this is where like, a lot of people think this is playing dumb, but, sometimes you could just be like, uh if someone says, "Hey, you're a bad person because you didn't give this girl a free meal," you could be like, "I don't get it. Like, can you explain it again? How me denying someone something for free is bad? Please explain." Blah blah
Explain to
blah.
me
Hey,
for
I'm sorry, I don't understand. Sorry.
explain to me why I had to be a literal slave to that person for 30 minutes to give her free labor. Explain that part to me again. Yep.
Yeah, I don't understand. Keep trying to explain it. I don't understand, but keep trying. I'm sure that you will come. I'll understand eventually.
But then
And then
Nuke, then
ultimate.
comes the word, but you're a jerk. See that then you're a jerk if you don't agree with and kowtow to these people. You're
Mhm.
mean. Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh,
Yeah, and then this is the Cappy one. This is the one that Cappy encapsulates the most. It's you have the right to say, "I don't care."
I don't care. Great quote
You
from The
don't care.
Fugitive. I didn't kill my wife and family. I don't care. And and more modernly, like I like saying, sounds like a you problem. It's like,
Why is Gen X so much better at this Bill of Assertive Rights than millennials and
I don't
Zoomers?
see. I think Gen X is overhyped because by comparison, we don't suck as much. But generally speaking, we still suck. We're still like, we were the original environmentalists, and we still got our like Karens are exclusively Gen X, I'd say by now.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, there's more independent-minded people like us because we went through like that divorce thing, and there wasn't like stability or
Latchkey
money.
kids.
Yeah,
Latchkey
yes. I
kids.
mean, you get to deal with reality a little bit more up close and personal, but you know, that's I would say that's less than a third of Gen Xers. There's just a third of us and like maybe 5% of millennials. Like, actually, what do you mean support myself at 16? What do you what do you mean
Mhm.
pay my own rent before 20? What do you mean get health insurance on my own? What are you talking? So yeah, but we're also older, so we have less patience for it. But yeah, but I don't worry. I think the young Zoomers and Alpha, like, I don't care. I'm not working. Like, I'm not going to college. I don't care.
Mhm.
You're starting to see some good street smarts coming along with the younger kids. So I'm a
I mean,
little
they don't have a
hopeful.
choice at this point. These women, like, look at what these women are doing, Cappy. Like, they're going for broke. These women are going for
I,
broke.
it's women can get a man's sex drive will blind him to a lot of women's behavior, but women's behavior has been so poor and so extreme and so consistent and attached, to ugly bodies that men are not attracted to. Even men are young men who are supposed to be really horny are not blinded by their little head anymore. And they're like, this is not acceptable. And these are just additional grains of sand on the balance scale of balance, where you have these two girls. One is a surprise, a liberal leftist TikTok influencer from San Francisco, and the other girl is whatever, a 20-year-old OnlyFans girl that is suing the guy. I mean, it just keeps putting that balance, and now it's kind of undeniable. So a lot of guys are saying, yeah, I don't care. I don't care your
Yeah, I
feelings
mean,
are.
a lot of these things are in the 48 laws of power, like never accept a free lunch because that gives
Yep.
people power over you. Uh, but ultimately, if guys kind of guide themselves by this assertive bill of rights, it's not going to protect you like to the point where you're never going to have a problem because here's what all men got to understand: you will be the villain at some point, either to your kids, to your wife, to your job, to your community, to your political party. You will become the villain. But here's the difference between the Diddy and the Trumps in the world versus the Joey Swolls and the Shannon Sharps. Joey Swoll and Shannon Sharp built their brand on I'm a positive, fun loving guy who I just want to spread positivity to the world. Whereas Trump built his brand on, I'm an asshole and I'm going to
Mhm.
call out everyone and I fire people and I make fun of them while I fire them. And I cheated on my wife while she was pregnant with another chick and I'm still president. What are you going to do? And Diddy
Mm.
was like, yeah, I'm disgusting. The true definition of the word degenerate, but I'm not going to let anyone who was involved with me off the hook. I'm going to call out everyone and I'm going to do heart shapes to Cassie in court while she's trying to testify against me. Like this is what the people want, Cappy. When they're destroying you, you know what they want, Cappy? They want to get spit in their faces back. They
Mhm.
want the animal to spit and snarl back at them. That's what they want. It's like that quote from Rick and Morty. Um, don't boo me. I see one makes you cheer. It's that you gotta like be that. And a lot of men
They'll
don't have the balls to do
they
that.
if you don't stop them, they will run over you. They will. The Minnesota man, they just, you just cannot, just for the love of God, fight back. So, I got to get going. So it looks like you got 3 super chats in there.
Yeah, I'll take care of
Um,
them. I think
take
we'll
care of
call it
that.
a
I do
call
want
it
to
a day.
respond to Digi Nome. He says solution equals life coach like Cappy. Just kidding. 1099 for the win. Yes, thank you, Digi. I am not a life coach. I don't want to be. I don't want to be.
Assholeconsulting.com if you want some good life coaching from Kathy.
You want
Are
an
you full or
angry
you still
man
got
to yell at you. Yes, yes. All right, thanks for having me on, Luke. I'll see you.
Luke? Luke is the chef. He called me Luke. Was that on purpose? All right, let's get some of these super chats. And then we'll go ahead and call it a day. Let me get this off the screen. And okay. The first one is from Digi Nomad.
Thank you so much, best friend!
All right, so Digi Nomad with the Canadian $2 solution equals life coach like Cappy, LOL, JK, 1099 for the win. Yeah, well, I mean, I know a lot of us say we're not life coaches and all that stuff, but in the beginning, it could seem like that because some guys are just so lost that they're looking for someone to guide them, right? It's like that funny quote, like, "Hey, thanks for saving my life, Cappy," or "Thanks for saving my life, Nuke. Uh, what do I do next?" And that's just like, I didn't save your life then because you're still. The point is not to save someone. The point is give them the tools so they can save themselves. And I'm not. A lot of you guys are more accomplished than me, smarter than me, probably, better at different things, probably more successful. But you just need this little piece of your life fixed. And once it's fixed, like, are you really gonna tell me I saved your life, even though you did everything else good? No, right? You're just gonna be like, hey, thanks for the tips, and then move on. right? And that's all you can do. We got another super chat from, let's see, from another super chat from Todd M.
Thank you so much, best friend!
Did you know, Matt, with the Canadian $2, 5 hockey players acquitted of false, you know what, receipts for the win? Yeah. The issue here is that a lot of people, especially in my thread about what red pilled you, a lot of people got red pilled by witnessing this, and I definitely witnessed this on the sidelines too, a false accusation. And I'm telling you guys, like in the military, it's very visceral because while we see what happened on the news, we see the reports, we see the the backlash, we see the articles. I lived with the guy that got falsely accused. The guy had a wife and kids, and he was accused of touching a girl's butt, and the girl, uh, it got put up the chain so fast, and even at the end, she wasn't sure if she got accused or not, or sorry, she got touched or not. Sorry, and yeah, to this day, um, he's probably super bitter. He's probably super red pill to the whole thing, and I had to experience that secondhand. He slept in the bunk down the lane from me, and I had to see his face every day. He wasn't allowed to leave the ship for 8 months, and it's tough, right? It's tough to see that, and I got to see it secondhand, right in front of me every day. And I'm really glad in my life that I didn't have to experience that because I don't want to be the type of person who, like, the personalities these men take afterward. They're never the same. I had I lived at my friend's house, and he got accused by his girlfriend. And the thing is, the women that he worked with on his ship, right, because he was on another ship, they loved him. They would stay over. He would do barbecues. Women trusted this guy, right? He was like a big brother, and they would hang out with him and all that stuff. Like, if anything, they didn't trust me because I didn't know them when I was living in the house, but they trusted him, and he had an accusation under his belt. He lost his football scholarship. So he couldn't pay for school, so he had to leave, and he had to join the military because of all that. And I'm telling you, like, he didn't seem like the bitter type. He was a hardworking guy. He did not seem like the bitter type at all. But um, he couldn't. He had a lot of trouble talking to women and dating women. Obviously, we were busy because we were in the Navy, but he never got past that, and that's sad. And I don't want to I don't want to be in that position in the first place because I don't know how it would change me. So be careful out there, guys. Don't be around women that are drunk that you don't know unless you're on a date. And just know that there's always going to be a risk out there. We can talk about that another day though. So Todd M with the $5. Um,
Thank you so much, best friend!
all right, Todd M with the $5 super chat. Since I'm sending this super chat, you now owe me a favor, Nuke. Well, I already did it. I gave you. I read it on the screen. So, but thank you, Todd. I appreciate it. And we got Stripper. Which one should we give to Stripper? Um, Man, I don't have these very organized. So where? Man, these are all over the place. We'll give him a $6 shrimp.
Jesus answered, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. $6 shrimp special!
Tripper with a Canadian 10. Good morning, sir. A lot of guys forget that being assertive is attractive to women. A lot of women who exhibit bad behavior will change their tune when you don't put up with their shit. It's not all about game and look. Yeah, and that's really what a lot of guys their complaints about dating and women in marriage these days is that they're afraid of standing up for themselves. It all like the more I talk to guys that aren't red pilled or don't understand how to be assertive in their marriage with their mothers, with their sisters, with their own daughters, right? Which Chef Luke Sung could not be assertive with his own daughter. Um, it's not like, oh, dating is hard and women are no. It's just that in their own world, standing up to a woman is out of the question. They think that if they stand up to a woman, it'll ruin their life. That is how much the programming goes. So they blame it on everyone but themselves. Oh, there's just too many Chads out there, when Chads are like less than 0.1% of the population. Oh, it's there's too many OnlyFans girls. I'm like, again, there's not enough and even if she did OnlyFans, so what? Right? There's a lot of women that slept around with lots of men, and they didn't do OnlyFans. So OnlyFans does not like make a woman absolutely the worst thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just they're looking for different ways to just skirt around their burden of performance, which is standing up for yourself, having boundaries, saying no, right? And I didn't want to get into the fogging, the broken record, all that stuff, because that's really more for another show, that those topics need to be fleshed out better. But um game is important because you have to be likable and attractive, right? You have to be able to get your wife to be into you physically, and that's important. And looks are important because you want to run dread, so that when you go on a run in the morning in your neighborhood, your female neighbors, your wife can catch your female neighbors being extra nice to you because you're in shape, right? You need all these things. However, how many guys with game and looks have failed with women in relationships? And it's really because they don't know how to be assertive. They thought that being charming and attractive is going to get them what they want. And they forget, listen, you got to tell your wife sometimes not to spend so much money on Amazon, right? And you have to be able to follow through on the consequences. And that's just the way it is. So thank you for the $10 super chat. We got Alex Patino. You got a $6 special. When? No. Well, you know what? We'll give you a check.
Check your balls.
All right, Expertine with the $5. That's why I left the support side of the army and reclassed to combat arms as 19 Delta Cavalry and never had to deal with. Yeah. Well, that's the good thing about my job. Like all the, I don't have to deal with it because I'm in the field, and but it is what it is. Every man has a different way of skirting around these problems and figuring it out. And if you work a job where you don't have to deal with the HR nonsense, then that's great. You're gonna have a lot more peace in your life and all that. But for the most part, if you do work a job where there's women and all that stuff, or you do have a position in life where you have to deal with women, hell, be in charge of women. You're going to have to be assertive, and it's going to be hard, but you have to be this way. And if not, there's consequences. Guys think they have two routes. They think that capitulating and seeking approval from women is going to save them. It will not save you. It works sometimes, right? Like every comedian, every boomer dad is going to be like, if just listen to her, and it's just like, no, like that will not save. That does not work anymore. It used to work back in the day because there's a lot of shame in divorce, and there's a lot of shame in being a single mom. But now single moms and divorcees are celebrated. Therefore, she has less of a reason to stick around if you're a pussy. Therefore, you got to learn this stuff, or you're going to lose your wife. And you know who you're going to blame? You're going to blame birth control and society. I'm like, great, dude. Great. You blame these things, but in reality, you didn't say no. You explained yourself for everything. Like you told your wife not to hit the kid so hard. She's like, why not? And you gave her a dissertation instead of saying, because that's not what we do. We're not hitting the kids like that. Why? Because I said so. But why? Because we're not hitting the kids like that. But explain. I don't owe you. I'm not going to explain. And you see, there's just no way she can get in and try to manipulate you and all that stuff. Right. I mean, that's more for the married red pill guys, right? They're experts on this stuff. But in reality, being approval seeking will destroy your life. It's a ticking time bomb. We don't have the guardrails that we used to have back in the day. We don't. So in essence, the best thing you got is you're on your own. You have to accept you're on your own. No one's gonna come save you. You have to be the one to stand up for yourself in your own marriage with the woman in your life. And not only women romantically you're involved in, your mother, your daughter, your sister, your grandmother, your female coworkers, your neighbors, anyone, right? Um, even the average guy with women that are strange that he doesn't know, he's afraid of, having boundaries. Like I'm gonna go to the pool in a bit, and let's say I need a bench or a chair to sleep, to lay on. So instead of me being like, let's say I see some stuff on a chair, but and all the chairs have stuff, but there's only like a couple like 3 girls in the pool, right? How many guys would find it difficult to look at one of those girls and be like, "Hey, are you guys using all of these chairs? Can I have one?" A lot of guys would just be like, "Oh, I don't want to bother the girls, or I'm too afraid to call them out." You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. You're going to have to be the villain, even in these micro interactions. So accept it early on. You're going to have to tell people to F off. You're gonna have to tell people, hey, I'm not doing that. And the faster you understand this, the more silly as well, why men they're not really asking for a traditional marriage. They're not really asking for men to go back to where time was better. You know what they're asking? They're asking to be absolved of this, of the being assertive. They don't want to be assertive. Men are afraid. It's just like Stripper said, men are raised to be defective women. And that is why the tradcottism bullshit is more about men being afraid to be assertive in their marriages and relationships than them having the moral high ground and telling you, oh no, that's just the right way because God ordained. I'm like, no, it's not about God. It's about you're afraid. I know it. I see right through them, and we all do, right? In the chat, we all do. So, yeah. Uh, anyways, let me put my Substack here. If you guys, I just published an article last night, I think. Last night or this morning, man. Things blend together. So guys, go check it out. $7 a month, but you guys get immediately 92 articles from the jump, right? 92 posts. Like I've been putting in work. So I think it's a good deal. There's plenty to read. So why not subscribe, guys? Why not give it a try, at least for a month? You can read all of them and then unsubscribe or whatever. So yeah. Yeah, men cannot stay stupid. We don't have the luxury of just allowing our pastor, our fathers, their fathers to run and to keep women in line, right? We are on our own. And a lot of guys were like, "Well, then it's not worth it." I'm like, "Dude, being assertive is not worth it. It's the greatest thing ever. Telling people how you feel and telling people no or telling people yes or telling people whatever. It makes it spikes your testosterone, right? It makes it go up to somebody that's being rude to you or like, hey, I don't really like how you spoke to me today, man. That's not cool. Or let's say the scenario with the girls in the chairs. How do you think you're gonna feel once the girls are like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to take up an extra chair, and you get your chair, the girls respect you a little bit more, and you're chilling instead of you walking away and being like, oh, I'll just wait for the girls to finish using this chair. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you think the outcome of the good scenario is worse than the bad scenario? And understand. So yeah. Pornhub Premium is only $15 per month. Yeah, and my stuff is half of that. So think about it, guys. Yeah. Um. Anyways, guys, let me. There's no more super chats or anything like that. I think I'm gonna call it quits. Thank you again for watching Rule Zero, and I will catch you. Hold on. Yeah, I got a show tomorrow. I haven't chosen the topic yet, but we'll get to it. But yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk, guys. Have a good Saturday.